Hey everyone. So I said I was going to start doing more live, just kind of getting on organically, talking about some things. And I figured, you know what? That's time to do it. Hey, so give me a second. Let me figure this out. How y'all doing? Hey, I said I'm going to sit here. I'm going to eat my lunch and I'm going to go live. And yeah, I just gonna start my YouTube adventure. Hey, how y'all doing? So the reason why this election is so harrowing for people, whether you're participating or you're not participating, is because this is probably the first real election we've ever had. Okay, so follow me. Pluto and Aquarius. I gotta turn my whole phone off. Pluto and Aquarius. Aquarius is about authenticity. It's about realness, right? And folks feel so pulled in so much hardcore directions and stuff. And we're kind of we've been attributed it to like the tenseness of even just the candidates, right? But no, I don't think it's because of the candidates that we have. I think it's because you are now being pulled into the future, the real, right? And it's not going to be perfect. It's not perfect. There are going to be a lot of changes coming down the pipeline in terms of how we vote, the electoral process, like all of that is getting ready to get changed. And you can tell because look at it now. You got people now who are voting across party lines. You know what I mean? Hey, you got people that are voting across party lines. So you got people that are you got Republicans for Kamala, right? Kamala, sorry. You got Republicans for Kamala. You also have Democrats that said they're going to switch over to here and vote Republican, right? So nobody's really caring about the political parties anymore. That's what's happening, right? It's more about the who you want to vote for or the candidate or whatever. So that's already one big change that's going on. Already one big change. This is a new thing. And that's why it feels so tense. There are people who have never voted before. There are people who were saying, I'm not going to vote, that are getting out and voting. There are people who are voting early. You know what I mean? So, regardless of what you see in the next couple of days, about the quote unquote cheating and all this other stuff, that's BS. Because Saturn in Pisces and the South Node, all of these different aspects of that are very Saturn like, they are not allowing the BS to happen, right? The most part they're going to allow is someone to push to recount and all that other stuff. But when it comes to the so-called cheating and all this other stuff, that's not happening here. Yeah, there's cheating happening. Like there are bots all over X and stuff like that. But what they are accusing people of is now becoming more and more impossible to do because the game has changed. The game has changed. How we're running politics and even the office of the presidency, the president themselves, and the vice president position are changing. Notice how after this last election, everybody's like, well, Kamala, what did she do? She was vice president. Vice presidents don't do anything. But guess what? Now that people are paying attention to the vice presidency and the role of the vice presidency, that's going to change. From now on, there are going to be the vice presidency, you know what I mean, are actually the vice presidents are going to have a role, a bigger role. This is another one of my predictions, right? So everything is changing, and what you are watching is change. How do I know? Well, in the United States cards, as a matter of fact, which I may pull up the United States spread, and I see that YouTube will let me share my screen and stuff like that. I'm like, wow, this whole thing done changed up, y'all. That's how long I done been in this. So I'm trying to pull up the United States spread. So the United States has an ace of spades in Pluto this year with an ace of hearts reward. Both of those are new beginnings. Ace of spades, new beginning, can be very challenging. You know, so you're talking about death and rebirth, new beginning. Oh, finally it pulled up. I have no idea why it took so long, but let me share my screen. Okay. So boom. I am sharing. And here you go. So this is the United States spread this year. And this is the United States yearly spread. So if you notice, this is Kamala's card, Two of Clubs and Mercury, right? And Mercury represents androgynous dualities type of stuff, right? So this was like that really fast change that took place. And everything that has to do with her this year has been a fast change. People have gone from not really supporting her to fully supporting her. And that is definitely like a Mercury kind of thing. Of course, all the dogs in my neighborhood would start to bark. But you see this Ace of Spades Pluto right here? See that? Death and rebirth. And that is the United States Pluto card. And we are in Pluto season. We're in Scorpio season. So that means a change, a new beginning is happening. So I believe that the new beginning that is pointing to, now mind you, that is a death card. So yeah, we got to be on the lookout for potentially something going down. That's possible. But the Ace of Spades is a new beginning. So what that tells me is that this whole election thing, the election that we're having going on right now, this is something new. This is a new beginning. You know, this is what it looks like. It's messy. You know what I mean? It's messy. It's painful. It's making people have anxiety. People have fears. This is all the things that the Ace of Spades does. So this is the first, but look at what the reward is. Ace of Hearts. This is a new beginning. You know what I mean? So what we are having is a new election. A new type of election is being born. So that's what that means. So all of these people that talk about that the president is selected, not elected, not anymore. This is changing. This is what Pluto and Aquarius is bringing us. Hey, 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 hey. So I'm going to be doing more of these. I don't know how long they'll be, but I do want y'all to expect to see me on YouTube a lot more. I've been called to do YouTube. The spirits is like banging me in the head, like get on your YouTube channel, get into some cardology, get into some astrology. That's what I'm going to be doing because that's what I do best and that's what I love, you know? So is this going to go smooth? That's what everybody's worried was. Is it going to go smooth? New beginnings are never smooth. You're giving birth to something new. If you think about it, when you gave birth to your kids, was it smooth? Because I know it was never smooth when I gave birth to my kids. So, no, it's not going to be smooth. But is there going to be a righteous transfer of power and all that other stuff? Absolutely. May there be a delay? That's also possible because this week is a Six of Spades week, which is actually the card of delays, right? So our election is in the Six of Spades week. So that means that if somebody contests, then they got a right to have it brought out on the floor, put out on the floor, examined. So we already know Trump has been contesting it since last week. So we already know what he's going to be. If you don't know, he is billions of dollars in debt right now, right? He has multiple criminal cases coming up. He has a lot vested into this, because if this don't work for him, then he's got to go to court. And not only does he have to go to court, but he owes a lot of money. Then you also got Elon Musk, who signed up for this as well. And if Trump doesn't win, then Elon Musk also now has court cases and stuff, especially when it comes to election interference. Now they've been digging into Elon's past about him being an illegal alien when he first came here, because he came here on a student visa and he was working and he wasn't going to school. So you want to, this is what karma looks like. This is the week of karma. The Six of Spades is the card of karma. Whether you don't believe in it or not, that's why you got to be careful who you go after, because you go after people and then your stuff gets exposed. That's how karma works. You go after quote unquote illegal aliens. Well, you can't go after illegal aliens and you was in the country illegally. I mean, that's just common sense, right? And you call someone this and call somebody lots of names and all this other stuff, and people are tired of the divisiveness. They're tired of it. They really are. One thing you can't take when there's an ace of spades is a lot of anger. You can't take like the onslaught of anger and there's ace of spades. It's just like darts, psychic darts. So people are not liking that, and it's definitely working against Donald Trump. So you can believe the polls that you want to. There's all different types of polls out there. You can believe the polls if you see particular polls that are put in them ahead. I told y'all already, Kamala is a dragon, right? Dragons are bred to win. And they don't win like just clearly. They're like underdogs. Hey, they're like underdogs. They come out of nowhere like a dragon. A dragon will come out of nowhere and start breathing fire on you and destroy the whole town, right? So this is the MO, and somebody brought it to my attention that he's a dog, which is supposed to be like the enemy of the dragon. So that's why it's really crazy out here in these election streets. But at the end of the day, y'all already know what my prediction is. Is it going to be smooth? No. She might not get declared tomorrow. There may be counts and recounts and stuff like that. I haven't, honestly, tell you the truth, I detached a little bit from all of that. My birthday's coming up soon, so I'm just trying to get back into birthday mood. But anyway, I'm definitely going to be doing more of these. I love talking to the people. I said I need to get on YouTube. I just need to spend more time on YouTube and doing some lives. Yeah, she's absolutely going to win. There's no question. Now, like I said, he's absolutely going to dispute the results. So we're moving into a new time. And the time that we're in the United States spread, I'm going to show you what the environment is. So you see this card right here, the Two of Spades? That is the environment of the United States. That is her Saturn card for life. So what that is that's bringing people together. So whoever wins is the person who can successfully bring people together. That is the winner of whoever was supposed to win this election was going to be the person who can successfully bring people together. And ironically, that's her running mate's card, right? Not only that, that's also geez, I'll always forget um that man's name. I forget his name with the afro. I don't know why I forget his name, but Dr. West. He's also a two of spades, right? But that is about cooperating with people that you might not be able to cooperate. Like they're not easy to cooperate, but you got to work with them. So whomever is going to be the winner is going to be the person who's going to be willing to work with people regardless. And the ironic thing is Kamala has been working with Republicans. She has been talking to Republicans. She got Republicans, like pretty much campaigning for her everywhere. So that shows a sense of unity between parties and what we call bipartisan. So whomever is going to win has to be somebody who has a bipartisan attitude. It's all in the cards, it's all there. So people can say what they want to. Yes, someone said change is here. Absolutely. Because this country needs healing. We're about to go into a 9 of hearts year, which is a card of healing, especially mental health. right? We don't need no more attacks on our mental health. We don't need any of that. People need to be moving towards healing, and that is what's going to happen next year. So when we do predictions, you don't look at the people, you look at the environment. You look at what is the environment calling for? What is the energy calling for right now? The energy is screaming unity. Screaming unity. The energy is screaming healing, mental healing, and stuff like that. So, whomever is going to be the one that's favored is going to be the one that's focusing on those topics, right? And she did bring up mental health for especially Black men. I brought that up. I said that that was going to be one of the most important things. If you follow me, I said that last year. I said that last year. I said that Black men were going to have a very difficult year. I said that. And I also said that you were going to need a tremendous amount of focus on mental health and spiritual healing, right? I said a year ago and change ago that Black men are going to be like the new priests. Like they're going to get their spiritual stuff together. They're going to lead in that area. That is where they're headed to. I said that as well. That's on my page. I have not changed, and I don't change. So, regardless of what you think and you think about the candidates or what you think about me, this is what it is, and I actually think it's a good thing. I think that we are headed towards what's called a renaissance. And it has to be because Neptune is moving out of the 12th, out of Pisces into Aries. Neptune is completed a whole revolution around the zodiac. That means a new beginning, right? A new beginning. And Neptune deals with spiritual stuff and spiritual healing. And it's going into Aries, which is Mars, which is a masculine energy, right? And men. So Neptune is moving over Mars energy. So you're talking about spiritual healing for men, and you're talking about more men getting into spiritual sciences. This is something that Spirit already showed me. Spirit showed me men doing tarot. Spirit showed me men doing initiations, men doing this, men doing that. And I was like, that is wonderful. You know what I mean? And ironically, someone brought up today about Young Thug getting out of jail at the with the help of some spiritual people behind him, right? When spirit steps up to do things like that for you, you got to come forward and do some big major spiritual things in your life as well. So if you notice, what I believe and what I predict is that there are going to be a lot of Black men that get grace for these crimes that they are going through. And they're going to have a spiritual revolution, a big one. And they're going to lead a lot of men with them. So that's my prediction. And I'm sticking with it. So anyway, I will see you guys tomorrow. I said I'll be very random about this, definitely very Aquarian, but I'm going to definitely be on this channel dropping this stuff. So share, get people to subscribe, tell them Aquarius is on YouTube. Peace.